Hello and welcome to the video. In this video we're going to be looking at the universal test machine. It's going to be an overview and we're going to be looking at who would benefit from using it. So, like I said, who is this video for? If you need to test a product or material sample, determine what the different mechanical properties are, the universal test machine, or commonly known as the UTM, is a piece of equipment that can carry out multiple tests. If you're an engineer, scientist or technician and you want to find out what the UTM can do, then you're in the right place, so keep watching. Here's a quick image of the UTM in use. We're going to have a look at how to use this and the various different tests during this video. So the universal test machine, as a quick overview. So the UTM is a mechanical instrument used to assess the mechanical properties of materials and components. It is comprised of a frame, a load application system, a measuring system, and is utilized to apply tensile, compression, bending, shear, and other forms of load to a test specimen. The machine evaluates the response of the specimen to the applied load, such as elongation, deformation, or failure, and records the data for analysis. Again, we can see a quick elongation test or a tensile test in process here. So where are they commonly used? But they're frequently used in manufacturing, engineering and research evaluation for the tensile strength, ductility and toughness of materials and components. They come in a variety of sizes and capacities. In other words, you can have a benchtop one as well as a floor standing one. And they can be used to test a vast array of materials including metals, polymers, composites, ceramics and indeed concrete. Now the UTM, these are utilized in quality control, research and development to validate the performance and dependability of materials and products, as well as to improve their design and production. Now when I'm talking about quality control, we're talking about making sure that the product or the material you've selected for your design is correct, as well as ongoing quality control from production samples. Let's have a quick overview of some of the tests that can be conducted. Like I mentioned earlier, the tensile test is a very common test to be carried out on this machine. Now, the tensile test is a method of evaluating the mechanical properties of materials by applying a force to a sample until it breaks. It is used to measure materials' strength, ductility and toughness by recording the load and the corresponding elongation or strain. Another test is the compression test or the bend test. Now, compression testing is a method of evaluating the mechanical properties of materials by applying a compressive force to a sample until they break. The test measures the force required to crush or deform the sample, as well as the amount of deformation that occurs during the break or up to that point. We can see a quick bend test in process here. You can see that sample is bending nicely and a lot of information is being obtained during this test. Now let's have a look at shear testing. We're going to be looking at single shear and double shear. Now the single shear testing is a method of evaluating the mechanical properties of materials by applying a force to a single point of a sample. The force is applied in a manner that causes the sample to shear, and the test measures the force required to cause that shearing to occur, as well as the deformation that occurs before the sample breaks. Now the only difference with a double shear is that the force is applied on multiple points. The last one we're going to be looking at from a test that you conduct is the proof test stress versus strain. Now the proof testing is a type of evaluation in which a sample is loaded to a specific predetermined level, typically a certain percentage of the estimated ultimate load capacity. This is done to demonstrate that the sample can withstand the expected loads without failure, and to detect any defects or weaknesses in the material or design. Now again, this is really good to test for production samples to ensure that you've got continuity or consistency in your production process. Here's another quick image of the jaws gripping the sample prior to the test starting. So who would gain from using the UTM, or the Universal Test Machine? Now, like I said, this is a type of test apparatus that may be used to conduct a variety of mechanical tests on materials and components. Utilizing a UTM will be beneficial for a variety of industries, including aerospace, automotive, medical, and construction. Specifically, organizations that design, manufacture, or test materials and products would employ the UTM to evaluate the strength, durability, and performance of their products under different loads and situations. This can aid in ensuring that items satisfy specifications and safety regulations, as well as the design and development of new products. Just for reference, here's a photograph of a Universal Test Machine taken at the Toyota Museum in Japan. You can see a big difference over the years, right? And this is from the 1930s. If you're interested in getting any of your products tested, we do have a test lab specifically set up under the Sofeast company. All you need to do is contact us with more information. Thanks for listening. My name is Paul Adams from Sofeast, and I shall see you in the next video.